Welcome, welcome. Um, so I'm Melissa Gaskin, and we are wrapping up our week, our wellness week, with our opportunity call. And I always like to share this because all of us can think of an expense that we would prefer to have paid for, or a little supplemental income that can maybe cover a bill or a future vacation or whatever it is. And in today's world, having multiple aspects and avenues of income is important for long term. And the millionaires have, I don't remember exactly, but I know it's many multiple streams of income. It's not just in one. And I know that's something that has always been on my mind. And I've looked for, even when I was teaching, I always would add on the extra thing or the before school or whatever I could to make a little bit more. And that's the beauty of doTERRA. So we're going to dive into a little bit of what that means, how you can make a little bit and be a casual sharer, or you can replace income completely as well. So we will dive right in to what is the opportunity. So today we're going to learn, what makes doTERRA different, how to make money, how to learn about different oils, how to share, how to create those habits, how to save money, how to make an impact, and how to start it even just now. So the difference. doTERRA is unlike most network marketing or social selling companies out there. We are debt-free. We are privately funded from the beginning. It was all of our founders that pulled extra mortgages on their home to start doTERRA. They met with, I like hearing one of our executives, Emily Wright, share this story, and they met in New York City with this guy that was potentially going to back them, and they just didn't feel right because they felt that there would be control. They would be losing over half the company because they weren't going to back unless they had 55% in the company. And so they didn't feel right about it. And that's when they said that we're going to do what we have to do. We're going to pull out our own and start in the basement of another one of the executive houses. And that's how doTERRA got started. So since the beginning, the first thing they did, as they started making money, is they paid back what they started with. But now we're completely debt free. There's absolutely no one to pay back. And there's no public trading with doTERRA either. So we are completely owned and operated by our executives and ourselves, which gives us a lot of autonomy and no outside, influence. So we have 120 different markets open worldwide, and that is consistently growing. Our markets, like actually in South America and like Brazil in that area, are exploding. In China, Japan, those are also exploding. European markets growing exponentially. So it's amazing to see that growth worldwide. We're the largest essential oil company in the world. That happened very quickly. We're used by doctors and hospitals. We have partnerships with oncology, St. Elizabeth Oncology Clinics, with Mayo Clinic. We have so many research facilities worldwide. And we're used in many hospitals by many doctors and recommended by many physicians as well that are educated. That's a big key, educated on doTERRA essential oils. Ethically, sustainably sourced. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in the next slide or so. And we work directly with the farmers. There's no middleman. Huge, generous compensation plan that's very easy to understand. And we have 65, it actually ranges between 65 to 70% retention. So people that use doTERRA continue to use doTERRA. It's not a one-time buy, like you buy jewelry from your friend, and then that's the last time you buy jewelry from your friend because you don't need more jewelry, right? There's the health benefits, you're using it, and the retention is very, very high. I think the average in direct sales is about in the 30s for most direct sales company, 30% retention. Whereas, that's pretty awesome that doTERRA has 65 to 70%. And then, as I mentioned, privately owned, and we're most tested, most trusted on the planet. We go through extensive extra tests in order that are in-house and so many out of house to ensure our quality from start to finish is what it's supposed to be. and we just won't sell it if it's not high quality. It won't be available. And there's been many times over the last 6 years that we haven't had certain oils available because they sold out of the high quality, and the next batch wasn't up to high quality. And so the breakdown and the molecular structure of the essential oils were not right. So that means there was something wrong from when it was harvested to when it was brought to doTERRA. And so we just didn't have those oils for a while. Melissa being one of them. I'm trying to remember, Rowan chamomile was out for a good period of time. So it's just, that's happened in the past. And then we also have transparency of products. If you look at the bottom of every single bottle, you will actually see a number. If you go and an expiration date on there, but if you look at the batch number, which is that number you see above the expiration, and you go to sourcetoyou.com, you can actually put in that and pull the reports on each batch of the essential oils that you have, which is pretty awesome. There's no other company that does that per batch of essential oils. And now when you look at those reports, it's like looking at some sort of chemistry breakdown. If you don't know what you're looking at, you don't really know that it's good oils. But if you compare that to oils or other companies reporting that has happened, you can see a huge difference of the breakdown of each essential oil, and how ours, there's nothing added or synthetic or that shouldn't be found in our essential oils. And in other reports, you do find a lot of fillers and extra things or unknown substances that should not be part of that essential oil. So doTERRA is 100% transparent on all of that. And that came out probably I would think 3-4 years ago. It was definitely after I got started with doTERRA, because I remember how big of a deal it was that was part of the process now, so that there was that upfront transparency. Because that's one other thing that many people don't know with the essential oils they buy elsewhere, right? You don't know really what you're getting. So how to make money? First thing, use the products. The biggest recommendation I can say is be a product of the product, because the more that you use the products and understand how they benefit you personally, the more you can tell other people about them, and the more aha moments that you have. Then share how products are helping you, various social media, with friends, with family. Share links to people, because you don't keep inventory and resell them. I often tell people I'm not your Mary Kay lady, because I don't keep inventory of stuff, and I don't sell it, and I don't drop it at your door. I help you make lifestyle shifts by having your own account and ownership of that own account, so that you get the same rewards and benefits that I do. You get 25% off of every single new enrollment that you have within their first 60 days. So when they get started, they place an order, and the second month, if they start on that LRP, you also get 25% of that as well. So we help you along the way. We help our customers along the way make lifestyle shifts and understand the value of what they have. And then next, you connect customers with all of our resources and education. doTERRA offers so many free, educational opportunities that you can take advantage of. There's free podcasts, there's resources online, there's a business building course that's completely free for wellness advocates. And then also within our team, we have our own resources and reference information as well. Okay, so 5 ways to actually make money. You can, make money retail. This actually just happened recently on Instagram. Someone randomly, I have no idea who they are, but they follow me on Instagram. They just were like, I just want to order retail through your site. And I explained what a wholesale was. I don't know them at all, but now they're a retail customer of mine, and they just reached out randomly. Now what I do is I connect with them. I follow up with them once they get their oils and stuff, so that they can slowly get to know me and build that relationship. So in time, they will become a wholesale customer and understand the benefits of it. So that happens often. You have a free website. You don't have to pay extra for any website or anything like that. You get a website when you're a wellness advocate. And, when people reach out, sometimes they're closed off. They don't want to have a wholesale account, and that's okay. They can just order through your website. You don't have to ship them anything, right? Second is Fast Start. That's paid weekly. That's when you have a new enrollment, you're getting 25% back. As your team grows, you get 25% back of, you get 10% back of the people in your team that have enrollments, or 5% if they're the next level down. But there's so much benefit in that because it creates a team culture and a team support system so that you're not out there on your own. And when you bring on someone brand new for the first time, you have some support and guidance, and you're someone that can, you have someone to go to ask questions of, okay, what else do I need to do? There's also Power of Three, which is based on structure of how you put your team together. And that is ranging from $50 a month to $1,500 a month based on the size and structure of your team. Then Unilevel is based on how deep your team is, and how your team has grown. That's an extra commissions. That's on a monthly basis. And then there's also empowerment bonuses for, there's 3 different ranks that receive empowerment bonuses that it's based on sharing doTERRA with enrollments each month. So this kind of gives you an idea of average earnings on this slide. But the thing is with doTERRA, you have the ability to make as much as you want based on how much effort you put into it. There's no, with structural, normal jobs, right? Normal jobs, there's always a maximum, right? You get maybe a 3 to 5% raise on average each year, but that's it, right? There's not all these other ways based on work ethic that you're going to continue to get increases unless they offer bonuses or whatnot throughout the year. And that's where with doTERRA, you have that ability, like there's an ability to make endless amounts of money based on what you put into it. And with anything, what you put into it is what you get out of it. Next thing is, doTERRA's intentions have always been pure and upfront and honest, and it is all about helping people globally, not just our community and our friends and family, but where we source our oils and how that impacts those cultures and those communities as well. And not only are we getting the best oils from these places around the world, but we're really helping their livelihood from many impoverished nations. So our Healing Hands Foundation is like worldwide communities helping with various nonprofits for, like Days for Girls is a great example. We have a partnership with Days for Girls, and Days for Girls is an organization that creates menstrual kits for women. And there's many facilities that receive, or facilities, there's many communities that receive these worldwide, but it's primarily in Africa where women, when they're on their period, they are pretty much an outcast because they can't go to school, they can't do anything for that period of time, the 7-ish days. And so what this does is it provides education. It provides education on cycles. It provides education on care for yourself during that time of the month. And they get all of these like kits that give them a 3-year supply of reusable garments it's reusable pads essentially to use during that time so that they can continue to go on to school and do what they need to during their cycle. So that's an example of a global impact that we have really supported. Everything from literacy to bringing running water to communities, things like that. And then Source to You website is really all of the transparency from stories of the growers. If you haven't checked out that website, I highly recommend it. But you see like stories from the growers and the people that we're working with. Majority of our farmers have about an acre. So that tells you how many micro farms that we work with, which I love, because these farmers, we don't come in and want a huge corporation that already has hundreds or thousands of acres. We want to work with the individual farmers and really help those people. We have a match program where any wellness advocate can actually apply to get a match of working with a nonprofit in your own community. So there's an application process that you can go through, and doTERRA will match the funds that you raise to support, if it's literacy in your community, or if it's, some sort of relief kit that's necessary for a natural disaster or things like that. They come in and do extra matching with it. And then co-impact sourcing is also how we're working with regions where we're sourcing our essential oils. We also help those communities, kind of like what I mentioned with Healing Hands. we help those communities bring running water or bring hospitals or clinics, et cetera, to those farmers and really help their livelihood. So many other companies are paying middlemen who are getting the essential oils directly from the farmers, and then they resell them for profit, but they also dilute or taint the essential oil in the process so that they make more money. One thing that doTERRA has always done from the start is we cut out those middlemen and we work solely with the farmers. So there is no, in between or risk of our product being tainted. And it's great because not only does it help the end product, but it helps also build this relationship with these farmers and growers. And it's awesome at convention to hear many of them, speak. This year, it wasn't as much as years past that we've had farmers come in and, distillers and growers that all come to convention, and we've had different speakers talk about their experience with doTERRA too. So it's pretty awesome. We're going to watch, it's about a 5-minute video, and it's all about co-impact sourcing. And I wanted to share it with you because I find it so powerful. Maybe, here we go.
We knew that we would have to reach around the world at some point and tap into the global supply of essential oils. And we also assumed that we would need to increase that as well. The fact that we were able to do it with this co-impact sourcing model was just beautiful.
2/3 of the countries that we source our oils from are considered developing countries. And so we now have an opportunity to truly make a difference, to provide sustainable income for those people who are growing, harvesting, and distilling these beautiful oils for our benefit.
What we're doing through these initiatives are, first, job creation in rural areas where we can have a big impact. 2, working through long-term sourcing contracts and agreements with our partners. 3, helping the formation and organization of cooperatives, which share collective benefits among the harvesters and the growers themselves. 4th, fair and on-time payments, and even profit-sharing programs that the distillers offer to the growers and harvesters. 5th, through linking community-based and social impact projects funded through our Healing Hands Foundation.
For them to get the water, they had to walk at least an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, okay, back and forth. Today we can say that it's a special day because water has been flowing since midday today. With the help of doTERRA, of course, and Healing Hands, okay, we put a good team together, and that's how today everybody is happy. On either side, it's like a win-win-win situation.
Sometimes it's schools that they're in need of, sometimes it's water systems, sometimes it's medical clinics, medical supplies, whatever it might be. If you can change the lives of these people that have so little, that's how you can actually impact an economy.
We share the same values, same philosophy. doTERRA's vision is to source sustainable oils and to create co-impact at the source to improve growers' livelihoods. So we are perfectly aligned in what we want to do. So that's why we signed the exclusive partnership with doTERRA on the aromatherapy business.
We are now working with more than 6,000 families in the cardamom sector, and the idea is to really improve the livelihoods of that family. I get the importance of getting back to my country and help the people in my country. Oftentimes they think that their lives will always remain the same. And for someone to be able to really come in and be able to care about them and care about their family and to give them a sense of pride for the work that they do, to know that it matters. It's amazing to see the lights go on and for them to truly have that pride in their heart to know that they're doing something good for the world. a way we really see that we can make a difference in the world, in these countries that have no other means of help, have no other means of support.
Not only, of course, is meeting the needs where we're able to obtain the high quality essential oil that we must have, but also there's the ability that it gives us to give back and to help so many people, and provide employment for so many people. That's been just downright magical.
I love seeing the vetiver, the Melissa, those were the white flowers that they picked. Those various, I just love watching that. Had you seen that before, Dawn?
Yes, I think I saw it possibly at convention.
Okay. I don't
Or
know
if not, something very similar to it.
Yeah. They definitely usually share something like that about the impact. But I think it makes so much of a difference in your end product. You know, that this was from the start a pure intention and a pure connection that we have with these communities, which I think is beautiful in the end. So
What I found really, really just mind blowing, I know we didn't discuss it here, but I just would like to throw it in, was that Madagascar vanilla, that vanilla bean is only ready for harvest one single day out of the entire year. I think that's amazing. Those harvesters care for that all year long, and they can only harvest it on one day. And if they miss one of the beans, then well, that's it. They missed it for a year.
Well, and that's the same thing with like Melissa flowers, is once the sun comes out, when the Melissa flowers are ready, when the sun comes out, you can't pick the flowers anymore. You have to do it before the sun comes up. So so literally there's a bunch of women that hand pick, because you can't use any machinery. You have to hand pick all of the Melissa flowers, and they're paid by weight. And so they're hand picking the compact story of Melissa oil it's phenomenal. I highly recommend watching it, because it shows like it's many women, and most of them have families, and they do all of this before their families like wake up for the day. But it gives them the opportunity to pay for basic necessities, you know, and they're paid the same day that they go in, they weigh their flowers, and then they're paid. And it's beautiful, how it's impacted these communities so much.
Yeah, everyone's benefiting. It's a win-win.
Exactly. Okay, so how to learn about essential oils. First thing, don't be afraid to use them. I know a lot of people when they first get started, they sit there for a while because they're like, well, I don't know how to use them. Just try them. And I always say experiment, just get comfortable with them, put them on your skin, see what it feels like, see where you're going, and then mix different oils together for different diffuser blends. You can't really go wrong. Just try stuff and you'll quickly figure out what you like and what you don't like. Read up on information. Reference books are a great way to learn. There's so many apps that you can put on tablets or your phone. There's podcasts galore out there. There's a ton of information on doTERRA's website, even on their blog. And then there's a lot of class opportunities. So whether it's in person or it's online, or you're hopping on the Facebook group for lives or whatever it is, that's great. And also learning from doTERRA's Facebook, their Instagram. I mean, there's so much information out there that if you look for the right avenues, you'll learn a ton about doTERRA essential oils. I highly recommend don't just Google oil information, because a lot of times there's misinformation, because there's a lot of people out there that are not clear or don't fully understand the quality doTERRA has. And so there's a lot of synthetics out there that are labeled as essential oils. And that's where misinformation comes from, because people are using those types of oils. And so, yes, there's a lot of things you cannot ingest when they're synthetic, right? There's a lot of things you can't put on your pets or your animals, because you wouldn't put Clorox on your pet or your animal either. So I know that's a little extreme, but you get the gist, right? Like if you're buying something, you wouldn't go put a chemical on your animal either, or on your child. So that's where doTERRA sets itself apart, but where you get your research and your information, make sure it's a legitimate source focused on doTERRA. Next thing, starting a business is creating habits. To get the most out of what you invest initially is create habits that are already part of your routine. So if you're taking your, if you drink coffee every morning, add supplements with your coffee. If you, meditate every day, put your oil next to where you're meditating or where you have your devotion, whatever it is, so that you're incorporating it as well. Make it convenient. Put your oils in locations around your house. It says right down there, in plain sight, where you see them and you use them. Put pitchers of water or some sort of water bottle, reusable water bottle, next to where your diffusers are, so that you're constantly, that. Or if we talked about before, master blends for your diffuser, that's a great way to have already all the oils ready to go and just keep some water nearby and you're done. I personally have a cup I fill every single day, and I go and do all the diffusers. It's enough water that I need for my main diffusers that I run every single day. Then start looking at toxins in your home. I've mentioned the Think Dirty app or the Environmental Working Group EWG website, and go around and scan. Those are great ways to start and understand, okay, what are some products that I can either use up or I can ditch in order to make a safer swap. And then carry oils with you on the go. Have little drams, have your, sanitizing spray, things like that, where you always have them and use them because they're convenient and they're helpful. And then also set reminders. So if you know, okay, to create this habit, I'm going to need a reminder at 10 o'clock to, whatever, change my diffuser, apply it topically, or after lunch when I know I get tired, I'm going to start using my energizing blend after I eat lunch. So set a little reminder on your phone to help you get into that new routine. And then how to show people instead of telling and talking about it when the product sells itself. So when you actually give people experiences with the oils, then they are going to be like, tell me more. What does this really do? And they're going to see benefits. Listen when people are talking about their health concerns or their problems or their aches. Offer them something, give them something. Say, why don't you try this? See how this helps you. The more that we listen and hear what those health needs are, the more that we can help other people see that there's multiple ways to approach their health. And of course, like I mentioned, sample, invite people to come to classes or events, meet up with you directly, share testimonials and information on social media, and then send people links or graphics or things from legitimate sources. Because you talk about peppermint, you give them a sample of peppermint, they likely will go on their own and Google uses for peppermint essential oil. Well, that will take them to Joe Schmo's blog that might tell them a ton of misinformation. So instead of that, send them, hey, well, I'm going to give you this little sample. Hey, I'm also going to send you some links about that peppermint oil. So you can go to the Discover Solutions section of doTERRA's website and send them the little info sheet on the peppermint oil. And just that little link, here's how to use peppermint and all about doTERRA's peppermint. And that really helps streamline that information. You're supporting them, helping them with not only the oil, but the information alongside. Then with an account, you get 25% off retail, access to a rewards program. There's so many benefits and easy ways to get oils in your home, reimbursement from shopping, getting points for purchases of all those safe swaps that you've had in your house. And then offer, you get free oils, or you can also take advantage of the monthly offerings of the free products and deals that happen. So, whoops, sorry, I went backwards. There are various starter packages. I'm going to go through several of them here pretty quick. But connect with the person that invited you to Wellness Week, and they will send or have sent to you already a link of a recommended package. And these are some of the ones that could be included. If you are not wanting that package, there's easy ways to customize and pick the one you want, or even customize and make your own. So the best way to get started is have a starter package. It waives the $35 fee. Starter packages start at about $105. Then learn as much as you can about those oils, and then share links to your website. help plug people into our other events or our future wellness weeks. And that is truly how you start the business. So the first package I'm going to talk about is Simple Solutions. It's very basic. It comes with, your Deep Blue Rub, your lemon, your On Guard, your Serenity, and you have access to our private education group. You have, you can customize and do add-ons to this package as well for discount. And then you also get 25% off all of your products. Healthy Start is probably the number one selling product, our kit package, because it has a very good balance of all the things that are necessary for like 80% of common health needs. So again, you're going to get all the same things I mentioned just a minute ago, the ongoing support, private group, and you'll get the discount. This one's been popular for the people that want to just start with diffusing. You get a lot of like oils that you can't get elsewhere, which I think is kind of cool. You get a Citrus Bloom, a Northern Escape. Those you can't actually purchase on their own, but they come in this Aroma Essentials blend. And this is great for cleaning and purifying your home and your air and really help detoxing, but also supporting emotions, cleaning the air, supporting respiratory support, your respiratory system in your body. The next is Home Essentials. This is very similar to this Healthy Start right here, but it's all 15 milliliter bottles except for the Deep Blue. And so you have about 250 drops in all your bottles. And this is another good one that covers majority of your health needs as well. You can see right there, the energy, the de-stress, sleep, cleanse, detox, gut, open airways, joints, pain, inflammation, immune support, anxious feelings, antioxidants, etc. So healthy habits. If you're wanting to make the swap initially with your supplement routine, this is a great one because it's the foundation of a healthy lifestyle, and it's ensuring your body has the nutrients that you need to function optimally. If you don't have your nutrition in alignment with using the essential oils, you'll have benefits from essential oils, but when you have your nutrition there and your essential oils, you have even greater benefits to your body. Your body's able to use those oils better because your body's being fueled proper things at a nutrient level for your cells. And then the last up, this is the big shebang, Natural Solutions, biggest savings in this package. And you start at like 20% back on your loyalty order. There's just a lot of, or 10% back on your loyalty order. There's just a lot of perks for having this package as a beginner because you start with all the supplements and so much for every system of your body too. So to wrap up, you can start a business with doTERRA for under $200. You start with a package, incorporate them into your life, help other people understand how to use them, show people how you're using them, and get them in a routine. And then you make money when people have their own accounts. So that is essentially how the business works with doTERRA. Any questions? And I will stop the recording. If you have questions, reach out to the person who invited you to our Wellness Week as well, and they will be sure to answer or plug you in to get those answers. Any questions for you, Dawn?
Yeah. How does it work that Debbie bought okay, I have a couple of questions. One, how does it work that, Debbie enrolled and she bought the $200 kit? Did you say I get 25% back on that?
20%. Sorry, did I say 25? Yeah.
But still
So
20%.
let's go into the nitty gritty here. I'll stop for the recording if you have specific questions.
Yeah.